well-known work of Shakespeare's collection was by Martin Droeshout and was published in 1623, which is 7 years after Shakespeare's death. This engraving has been reproduced numerous times, but engravings are usually copied from another origin. This motivated one of the world's most recognized Shakespeare scholars, Stanley Wells, a professor of Shakespeare studies at Birmingham University. He told Time magazine that he has identified the original painting. He persuaded himself and the Cobb family that their portrait of Shakespeare appeared to be painted during the lifetime of Shakespeare around 1610. Never suspecting that, the Cobb family, with their home located right outside of Dublin in Newbridge, Ireland, Alec Cobb inherited a great deal of the collection around the 1980s, keeping it safe within a trust. He first got a feeling about his collection of Shakespeare paintings, if they were truly authentic, by attending a Searching for Shakespeare Natural Portrait Gallery in London when he saw a painting from the Folger Shakespeare Library in Washington, D.C. This was accepted to be a portrait of Shakespeare made during Shakespeare's lifetime until the late 30s. In order to determine whether the Cobb painting of Shakespeare is the original, there are 5 reliable techniques that can be used. First would be spectrophotometry, which is the study of the electromagnetic spectra. This deals with visible light, near ultraviolet light, and near infrared light. A spectrophotometer is a machine that can measure the wavelength of light. First, a light source shines through a sample. Then the sample absorbs the light. The detector on the spectrophotometer can detect how much light has been absorbed in the sample. The detector converts this to a number, which can be translated into useful information, such as what chemicals make up a particular substance. Spectrophotometry can be helpful to discover if a painting is real or fraud by telling us what chemicals make up the paint used in the painting. Another method is radio dating, also known as carbon dating. This can be used to approximate how old a living substance is. Carbon-14 is a radioactive isotope that can combine with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is found in every living or once-living substance. Carbon-14 forms at a constant rate, so measuring the carbon-14's radioactive emissions from a substance and comparing it to living things can help one approximate how old a substance is. This can be helpful in determining if a painting is fraud, as one could compare the carbon-14 in 2 paintings and compare the dates of how old each painting is. An additional method is radiography, also known as X-ray imaging. This is typically used for X-raying parts of the body. However, X-rays can be used for other purposes. X-rays are a form of radiation. An X-ray machine produces small bursts of radiation that travel through the substance. This is recorded on photographic film, which is the picture you see at the doctor's office. Different parts of the substance X-rayed will absorb radiation in varying levels, causing the picture to show up in different shades of black, gray, and white. Radiography can be used to find chemical compositions of a substance, which would prove helpful in identifying painting. A fourth method is infrared imaging, also known as thermal imaging. This measures the surface temperature of an object. An infrared image shows the variations in amount of heat given off. Infrared imaging has many applications, including astronomy, night vision, firefighting, and chemical imaging. This can be useful to identify a painting's chemical makeup in order to see if a painting is fraud or not. A fifth method you can use is the historical documentation. This is a major aspect in determining a painting's identity. Documents of the owners, times, places of ownership, and even photographs are very important when a painting is being examined. Documentation is enough evidence to condemn a painting as fraud or confirm it as a true work of an artist. Accurate historical records are crucial to determining a painting's identity. The Cobb painting collection can be authenticating the painting through these 5 scientific techniques, which help determine whether it is an authentic portrait or a forged painting. These techniques, spectrophotometry, infrared imaging, radiography, and radio dating, can help, and historical evidence can help eliminate conspiracies and disbeliefs about the Cobb painting. Overall, these methods will help eliminate confusion about all paintings and separate the fake paintings from the original work.